Welcome to The Explainer. So, you want to get into AI with Python, right? Today, we're going to break down exactly how to start, but we're skipping the fluff and focusing on the practical skills you actually need. You know, this quote really hits home. This is the course I wish I had when I started. I think we've all been there. This isn't about just another random tutorial. We're talking about a real, battle-tested roadmap that helps you skip all those frustrating dead ends you find in most online guides. So why Python? It's simple, really. Python is the language for AI. I mean, if you're dreaming of building your own AI applications, or maybe you want to get into data science, this is it. This is the single most in-demand skill you can learn right now, period. Okay, and this is where things get really interesting. Look at the difference here. Typical tutorials, they just throw random chunks of code at you, or they get totally lost in theory you don't need yet. This approach, it's completely different. It's all about building a professional system from the get-go. So you don't just learn the code, you understand the world that code lives in. All right, let's get into it. Before we even think about writing a single line of code, we have to talk about the most important first step, setting up your workspace. Seriously, think of it like building the foundation of a house. Everything else, every single thing you build later is going to rest on this. And look, I know this part can seem super intimidating, but it's actually not that bad. It really just boils down to these three simple steps. 1, you install Python itself, that's the engine. 2, you set up your code editor, which is like your workshop. And 3, you create a nice, organized folder for your project. That's it. Now, here's a real pro tip, something that trips up so many beginners. It's called a virtual environment. The best way to think about it is like giving each of your projects its own private, isolated sandbox to play in. Why does this matter so much? Well, imagine one project needs an old tool, but another one needs the brand new version. Without this, they'd clash. This one little step saves you from so many headaches later on. Trust me. All right, so we've done all the prep work, we've built our foundation. Now for the payoff. This is that magic moment where all that setup clicks into place. It's time to actually write some code and tell the computer what to do. And here it is, the famous Hello World. This single line of code is literally the first step every single programmer takes. Yeah, it looks simple, but don't underestimate it. It's a powerful, direct command. You are telling the machine to do one specific thing. Print this text. And boom, there's the result. See? That's not just some text on a screen. That is confirmation. That is proof that your entire setup, your language, your editor, your environment, it's all working perfectly. You're officially talking to your computer. Okay, so with that first win under our belt, we can kind of zoom out a little. Let's talk about the fundamental building blocks of programming. Because honestly, every complicated program out there is built from just a few simple ideas. It's just like building an incredible Lego spaceship. It's all made from the same basic bricks. When you boil it all down, programming is really just about doing these 4 things. That's it. You're either storing stuff, making decisions, doing things over and over again, or doing some calculations. Seriously, every complex AI you've ever heard of is just a really clever combination of these 4 basic actions. So, first up, storing information. We do this with something called a variable. Think of it like a labeled box, or if we're sticking with our Lego analogy, it's your most basic 2x4 brick. You just put a piece of data inside, slap a name on it like username, and then you can grab it and use it whenever you want. But, okay, what if you have a whole bunch of related things, like a shopping list? You don't want a separate box for every single item, right? That's where data structures come in. These are like your specialized Lego pieces. They let you group things together in a smart way. It's all about keeping your data organized and easy to work with. And last but not least, we've got functions. Now this is a huge one. Imagine you build a really cool little component out of your Legos, like a wheel assembly for a car. You build it once, make it perfect, and then you can just grab that whole finished piece and use it over and over again, right? You don't have to rebuild it from scratch every time. That's a function. It's the absolute key to writing clean, efficient, and powerful code. So let's just pause for a second. The really crucial thing here is that you've just walked through the entire process. Think about it. In just a few minutes, we've gone from a totally blank slate to having a complete professional coding setup and a solid grasp of the core ideas. That's a huge leap. And this timeline, it just lays it all out perfectly. You started by understanding why we even use Python. Then you learn how to build a real professional workspace. You wrote your first successful program. You made the computer listen to you. And now you get the basic building blocks. You have the complete roadmap. And honestly, this is the real cheat code. Because you've focused on setting up your environment properly from the very beginning, you're not just another person blindly copying and pasting code from the internet. You're building a rock-solid foundation. And that foundation is what's going to let you learn faster and tackle actual, real-world AI projects way more effectively. Because at the end of the day, this was never just about learning to code, was it? It's about unlocking a new superpower. It's the ability to create things, to solve problems, and to really innovate. You've not taken that critical first step. You have the foundation. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?